What is up, beautiful, amazing, world-changing, inspirational, impactful, powerful, incredible people? This is Jacob Rakowski, walking the lake, sporting the new dew, fixing it up a bit. And I am just walking the lake here today. And I went to a leadership seminar this weekend, and I want to share with you guys one of my main takeaways, because I paid for this information so I could gift it to the world, so I could give it to you, and I want to dive into that right now. So I did a Facebook Live the other day, which, by the way, this is just for basically just to make the world a better place. This is why I do these, and to make your world a better place, and so you can go out there and return and do the exact same thing for the world. It's a beautiful, sunny Minneapolis day. It's windy. It is incredibly warm for this time of year. Normally it's snowing this time of year. Right now it is 55. It's gorgeous. We got layers on, but it's absolutely beautiful. And the other day I did a Facebook Live on goal setting and on creating new things coming into your life. But I want to give you the biggest precursor I could possibly give you, and that is, if you don't actually prepare yourself subconsciously to receive those things and to know that those things are actually yours that you've asked for, you will self-sabotage it and you will eliminate it and kick it right out of your life immediately. So ask yourself this question: do I find myself in the same situation over and over and over and over and over again? And why don't I learn my lesson? Why don't I actually grow through the situation each time I experience it? Because, hey Terry, many times we find ourselves in repeated situations in our lives, and the reason for that is because we haven't really caught on to what we were supposed to get from that yet. Life is the greatest teacher. So I want to teach you guys how you can actually grow through some of the things you're going through and get to the next level in life, because life is like a ladder. Life is like a 100,000 step staircase. You can never stop climbing higher and higher and higher, and you'll keep getting better and better and better, but you're always going to have challenges, and you're always going to have things you're going to have to grow through. But the real key that I want to share with you guys right now is preparing yourself at a subconscious level to actually be able to receive what you're asking for. Hey, Veronica, because if you aren't prepared to receive it, you will self-sabotage it. You'll kick it right out. You'll fail to recognize the good that you've asked for. You'll fail to receive the gift that's wrapped up and given directly to you. And the reason why, who's ready for the reason why? The reason why, and this is something that is going to step on your toes a little bit. It's not my goal, but it's going to step on your toes a little bit, and it's going to rattle your beliefs, and it's going to make you think that I'm crazy, possibly, but it's absolutely true, and I will show you scientifically how it is true. Deep down, not consciously, but subconsciously, if we ask for something and we don't receive it, 9 times out of 10, and we do receive it, we self-sabotage it. 9 times out of 10, it's because deep down, this is not going to make sense to a lot of people, but listen to it. It's because we don't believe that we actually deserve it. We don't believe deep down. This is not conscious. This is not right now. Right now, you're probably in a great state. Right now, you're probably feeling awesome. You're probably living well and saying, oh yeah, I want this, I deserve this. But in the undercurrent, in the basement of your reality, you know, you've had things happen in your life that have told you that you weren't good enough. You've had people tell you that you're not fast enough. You're not tall enough. You're not, big enough. You're not smart enough. You're not wealthy enough. You come from the wrong background. You are not worthy. And this unworthiness that's been impressed on us keeps us stuck in lack, in struggle, in pain, in fear, in doubt, and it keeps us from getting the things that we ask for. In fact, when we ask for it, we already receive it. Ask as if you have received it, and it will be yours. We receive gifts all the time in life, but the thing is, when we don't prepare ourselves for what we ask for, we reject it, because we, at a subconscious level, think that life can't be any different because we're not worth it. And because we don't believe that we are actually ready to receive that, we find ourselves in the exact same situation as we've been so many times. Now, I want to give you the key to unlock that. I want to give you the key. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you for loving my work. Terry, you're absolutely right. Wendy, you're absolutely right. If we don't actually prepare ourselves to receive what we've asked for, we're going to kick it right out of our lives. We're not going to receive it. We're going to self-sabotage ourselves out of exactly what we asked for, exactly what we desire in our perfect situation because of our beliefs deeply rooted in our past. But I'm going to show you guys what one of the things I learned of was just getting to the next level in life, getting centered on your purpose and understanding, oh, look at that. That's a bald eagle flying above. Wow. What do you know? Beautiful bald eagle. If you can see it, comment. Wow. Anyways, that's just a sign that, great things are flying around literally everywhere. You just got to be open to see it and receive it. I could have just walked and my mind could have not alerted me that there was a bald eagle, the most majestic animal in this country, that's native to this country, flying around. Our country mascot, a representative of boldness, courage, and freedom. But I saw that. Why? Because I'm aligned with that, right? And now all of you saw that because you're aligned with it. So, gosh, okay, back to what I was saying. So we've got to get in alignment now with what we ask for, because I just did a Facebook Live on setting goals, and I said, set your goals for your mental, your physical, spiritual, emotional, your relationships, your impact, your joy, your travel, your business, your finances, all these things. Which, by the way, I'm doing an advanced 1 hour dive in really deeply of this stuff on Sunday. I'll give you guys the number later, but I'm doing that for worldwide. I'm doing that later if you want really to know how to do this. But bottom line is, when you ask for those things, you've got to change how you see yourself and what you believe you deserve at a deeply subconscious level, because right now your beliefs have gotten you exactly what you have, and they've kept you at this certain level where you're at, and they've got in your way from seeing opportunities that would get you to the next level. How many times have we asked for a great relationship, and when it comes along, we self-sabotage it and push it out? How many times have we gotten to a groove in our business, and then right when things are about to explode and get momentum, we let off the gas? How many times have we, been focused on losing weight or hitting a physical goal, and when we're in the groove, we're feeling good, we're doing well, we cut ourselves off. Why? Because our body and our mind see us as a certain way, and we fail to change how we see ourselves. And if life became different, we wouldn't know how to respond, right? So what I want to give you guys is the most important thing you could do for yourself. And this is the question you need to ask yourself. But first, I'm gonna lay something out for you. You've got to believe you deserve it. You've got to believe that you're good enough. You've got to believe that you're worthy. You've got to value and appreciate yourself. And the deepest thing you need to do is you actually need to love yourself. You need to love yourself, and you need to understand that you are the most important person in your entire reality. You have a purpose. You've been gifted with something that nobody else on this planet can do. And if you don't do it, the world is not going to be the same. You need to be the one that sits there and says, I am the reason. I am the difference. I am powerful, right? And truly believe that in every cell of your body. Because if you don't, you're going to be shaken by life, and your self-image is going to take over, and let nothing stop you. Absolutely, Cody. And Leslie, thank you for the claps. Comment if you're getting something from this, guys, and share it. If you like this, we're going to be great friends. I'll like you guys. But if you share this, I'm going to love you forever, because everybody needs to hear this information. And if we get together, and with the couple hundred people that will see this Facebook Live, couple thousand people that will see this Facebook Live, we can start a movement and completely change the world of everybody valuing themselves. All these riots, all these crazy things happening, all these strikes, it's due to people not knowing who they are and what their purpose is, right? Because if everybody just knew and trusted that everything was going to be okay, not to get political, but we would have no reason to go crazy. We would just take control of our own reality and make the best of every situation. Everything is absolutely perfect. And if If something happens that you don't want, change it and change your reality. Do something about it, right? But guess what? Me and you live in the same world, and me and you live in completely different worlds due to our perceptions, due to our beliefs, due to how we feel, due to our moment-to-moment state. So really ask yourself, how much do I love me? How much do I value me? Do I let people walk all over me? Do I let people make decisions for me? Do I let people tell me what I'm worth? Do I let people boss me around, right? Or do I value myself? Do I love myself? Do I create my own reality? Do I stand up for myself? Do I take time out where my phone is off and every single day I just focus on the most important relationship on earth right now, and that's your personal relationship with yourself? Some people aren't quite there with the own word of self-love, but maybe you can say your own acceptance. Do you accept yourself? Me, personally, I've got tons of flaws. In fact, this weekend, part of the leadership training was looking at you, looking at yourself, and understanding that we all have flaws. We all have things about us we cannot see. And the key to becoming impeccable is looking at those areas and accepting them and then changing them eventually, right? So, what I did was I looked at myself and I just said, you know what? I'm absolutely not perfect, but I accept myself. I'm okay with me. I live life out loud, and I got centered on my purpose and what I'm going to do. And this Facebook Live right here is a result of that. You living small, you hiding yourself, you not using your voice is not helping anybody. You were not created to live small. You were created to manifest the glory of God on earth, as is said in a famous poem. So get up. Do something about your life. Wake up. Get out there and change the world, right? But with that said, how much do you value yourself? Do you get so bent out of shape on and this is a completely counterintuitive, but it makes complete sense. Do you get completely bent out of shape on a goal that you forget about all your relationships and your family and your friends and yourself and all these things, which, by the way, there is a season for out of balance, and I'm about to enter into one. I kind of am entering that process right now. There is absolutely a season for out of balance to create the life of your dreams, because you collapse time frames and put in 1 year's worth of energy into a month, and that's how you create wealth, especially in the business that I'm in. If you're in network marketing, if you work hard enough in 1 month, you can create the results that it would take a year to make, and you can double or triple your income. It's incredible how that kind of thing actually works, right? But overall, in the picture of your life, me personally, maybe not everybody agrees with this, but I'm a Libra. Libras are balanced. They love balance. And me personally, I'm not for getting all crazy, out of whack, out of balance, and just not living and enjoying your life, because you can do everything at once. I'm working right now, and I'm also living my mission, and I'm also walking at the lake, which is just absolutely gorgeous, and I'm enjoying myself. I just hung out with a friend. I've got business later on this evening, and then I'm speaking on a call later that evening. Work and play are mixed in, but guess what? There's enough space, there's enough time, there's enough freedom and flexibility. I just had a great breakfast. I just got out of the house, and now I'm out here enjoying nature. But the thing is, the value for yourself must be there, because if it is not, when what you want shows up in your life, you will say, oh my gosh, this is too good to be true. I can't handle this because I don't think I'm good enough deep down. And this is nothing you would ever say to yourself consciously. You would never, ever, ever turn down by choice something that you asked for, but you're not always in control until you get in control. There's an iceberg underneath the water. If you've ever seen the photo of the iceberg and the little tiny bit of ice at the top and the massive glacier at the bottom, that's what's in control. That's your subconscious mind and your beliefs and programs that are running all day long automatically. It's like the sun coming up and setting. It's just automatic. There's nothing you can do about it. And the thing is, it's going to happen anyways until you look at it and observe it and you change it. So How do you love yourself more? How do you value yourself more? How do you accept yourself more? One thing I'd recommend you do is find things you like to do and do them. One thing I'd recommend you do is invest in your health and put the money in to understand that you deserve the best. One thing I recommend you do is stop hanging out with people who cut down how you see yourself, and stop hanging out with people who make you feel bad. Because guess what? The only reason you feel bad is because they feel bad and they don't love themselves. Nothing wrong with that, but limit the association if you want to be great, because guess what? You've got to love you, you've got to value you, and if anybody ever treats you in a way that's not good or not loving, it's because of their own internal and their own internal value, their own internal self-worth, and it's how they feel about themselves. Guys, comment what you're getting out of this, how they feel about themselves, and they're projecting it onto you, and they're trying to sell you on their reality because they want people to come down at their level and sit in the pain and the anguish and the agony and the bitterness and be comfortable with them, be buddies, lock up your bike into their bad feelings, so to speak. So don't do that. Don't park your car there. Stay away from that. You don't want to do that, okay? So how do you love yourself? One thing that is great is meditation. One thing that is great is getting involved with a great group of people that can lift you up. Maybe it's church, maybe it's a meditation group, maybe it's a network marketing company, maybe it's a book club, maybe it's a bike riding club, maybe it's a yoga class, maybe it is a boat group. I have no idea. Thank you, Terry. You think I'm wise, way above my years, and am blessed by my wisdom. I'm not 23. I'll tell you that. But and maybe you'll get that, maybe you won't get that. But yeah, that's the thing about it. Good mentors. Get a good mentor. Hang around somebody who sees more in you than you see in yourself. Invest in you. Guys, I took 3 days and nearly $1,000 of my own money and time. Why? Because I'm worth it. If you want to listen to a song that talks about this, you can listen to that song by Fifth Harmony. It goes, gimme, I'm worth it. Because you are worth it. You absolutely are worth it. And you show people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. If you don't love yourself, if you're harsh on yourself, you don't value, you don't respect yourself, you don't appreciate yourself, you don't pat yourself on the back, you're going to get the exact same thing from everybody else. But if you radiate love, you radiate a value and an appreciation for yourself, other people are going to feel good in your presence. And they're going to want to be around you, and they're going to want to know what you have, and you're going to become a magnet for people. And if you've seen anything about the journey that I've kind of demonstrated on social media, I used to not really value myself. I used to not really appreciate myself. I used to think I wasn't good enough. I used to let people walk all over me. I used to let people tell me how much I'm worth, and let them call the shots of my life. But I practice and I focus every single day on loving me and understanding me and really knowing what makes me tick and getting centered on myself and my purpose and putting me first. And now I could just snap my fingers and manifest something. It's incredible because I exist now in my own world in the higher realms of vibration. And I hope that makes sense to you guys. How you feel consistently creates your reality. So what does that mean? If you're always fearful, angry, doubtful, aka not loving yourself, then guess what? If you're not loving yourself and you're not valuing yourself and you're not taking time for yourself, you're going to get stressed out, you're going to get pissed off, and you're going to attract things that you don't want into your life. But if you're loving yourself, if you're appreciating yourself, if you're looking in the mirror and going, man, you look good, wow, you look great today, fake it till you make it if you don't think you look good, because your body actually changes, your face actually changes everything around you, your cells like reproduce themselves every couple of years. You can completely change how you look. And if you want proof, go back 5 years and look at me, and then look at me now, and you will see a completely different person. Why? Because my body responds. Your cells are you. Your cells are little humans inside your body, and your cells are sitting there waiting for command. So if you have 10 trillion little beings inside of you that are listening to every thought you have, everything you say, and that is all negative, nasty, gross, self-hateful, resentful, bitter, then guess what? That's what you're going to get, and you're going to be ugly. And I hate to say that because everyone is beautiful, but you're not going to look what you think you should look like. But if you spread beauty, love, you see the greatness in everything. If you take time to walk around the lake, nature is a great healer. That's why I walk outside every single day, and it's just gorgeous, and I feel great. I listen to music, I do all these things, and what happens is you begin to feel so good about yourself that your life begins to reflect that. You begin to change, and all of a sudden you'll be walking around one day doing a Facebook Live, and a bald eagle will fly above you, right? Wait a minute. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I didn't put the camera the right way to see the bald eagle, but I actually did. Do cells have feelings? Yes. Cells are you. Cells are you. Every bit of your genetic code is in one cell, and one cell is enough to fit 600 dictionary-sized books. It's absolutely ridiculous. So with that said, you've got 10 trillion of those. They're all waiting. Your DNA can be changed by how you feel consistently. I'm telling you, there's all this stuff that's happening right now in the world, and people are putting themselves at a level of awareness below it to where they cannot even receive it because they are so caught up in being in their own way and not being able to look at themselves honestly, look at what they don't like about themselves, and accept that truly and fully and say, wow, you know what, me, I'm shorter than average. I'm about 5'5" 3/4. But you know what? I love myself, and so does everybody. Me, I'm less muscular than average. I weigh about 128 pounds. But guess what? I love me, and so does everybody else. And I have a pretty solid muscle tone now that I've accepted that. Me, maybe you snore at night. Maybe you are a little overweight. Maybe you are, maybe you... I have no idea, whatever it may be. But if you can look at that, lean body Jacob, thank you Dylan. If you can look at yourself and just say, you know what, this is how God made me. I'm absolutely perfect. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm on the way. I'm all the way up, right? Then your body is going to begin to reflect that. And your own hesitations, your own doubts and fears, nobody's even going to see them. I know somebody that has a huge scar. In fact, I know many people have huge scars on their face, and they wear them so well, you forget about it. You just forget about it. Why? Because it's not a big deal to them, right? Their reality doesn't project to you, oh, I have a big scar on my face. All their cells believe that's just part of them. It's what an experience they had, and they're okay. And guess what? Nobody pays attention to that at all in any way. So ask yourself, what are some areas in your life where you've been hurt? When have people said to you, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're a piece of junk, whatever it may be? And what did you believe about yourself as a result of that situation? Did you say to yourself, you know what, unconsciously you said, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, you know what, those people are right, I should be laughed at, or I should be told this, and I should be believing this because it's true, right? That put a blemish on your perfect self-image, and you began to take that on, and the longer you've been living with that, the longer it's been affecting you. So what do I say to you? Look at that, look at both sides of it, look at the good, look at the bad, and look at the middle, and accept it, and do what you can to change it, right? Because, if you are not the physical stature you want to be, work out, do something about it. Stop sitting there and saying, oh, I'm not where I want to be, and all you're doing is you're just reinforcing that program of non-self-love that was given to you by somebody else who has nothing to do with you. They have nothing to do with your destiny, nothing to do with your reality. They can't tell you who you are. and they can't tell you what you're worth. But because you were unaware at the time, which is okay, you didn't understand that God's love was everywhere all around you, and that was just a reflection of an imperfect reality. You took that on as true, and you said, you know what? I'm not good enough. And the more times people told you that you couldn't do something, you weren't good enough, the more you sank deeper and deeper and deeper into that reality, and you believed it, and you actually wore it on your back. You actually wore it on your back. If you know women who have been abused, if you know people who have been shut down all their life, if you know people who have been told bad things about themselves, they wear it on their face, they wear it on their back, they wear it all over them, and you can see what they think about them even without them saying anything, because it is their self-image, right? And I used to have a not so great self-image. So many people on here maybe have grown through this, but share this if somebody can benefit seriously, because when you are able to fully accept you for exactly who you are and understand that everybody has things about themselves that they don't like that are absolutely not perfect. I think God stopped making perfect people after he made and we're not going to get into that conversation, but there are people who have been said to be perfect, right? But God stopped making perfect people. And in fact, the people that he made that were so-called perfect may have not even been exactly perfect. Maybe they had doubts themselves, but they fully accept themselves, they fully embrace themselves, and they accepted their reality. So with setting goals for your new year and the things that you want, and for saying, you know what, I want to read 10 books this year, I want to have $100,000 in the bank, or I want to have $100,000 income, or I want to have $1 million income, or I want to run a marathon, and I'm going to train every day to make it happen. I want to get a tan and keep a tan. I want to travel to more countries than I ever have before this year. I want to buy a new home this year and pay cash for it. I want to pay off my car this year. I want to get out of credit card debt. I want to have a new relationship that I'm bring into my life and manifest, right? You will attract that when you're ready to, and when you believe you deserve it, because your vibration and your frequency is on par with what you're asking for. You love yourself, but guess what? Here's the key. If you put in the time to focus on loving yourself and ask yourself again the question, how much do I really love me? And when you get centered on that and ask yourself that question, you'll find that you don't love yourself as much as you could. And when you value yourself, and when you appreciate yourself, and when you accept yourself, and when you love yourself, and those things show up in your life, you will receive them gladly, right? I'll give you guys an example. Earlier this year, out of 2 million people, I was given the honor to represent the business that I work with as a global brand ambassador out of 2 million people, over 1 million men. And to me, I said, wow, I've worked so hard for this. I deserve this. And in the past, I would have said, no, there's no way. I didn't deserve this. I didn't work hard enough for this. I didn't do what it took. I work hard, but there's so many people that are better than me. There's so many people that could be in this position. Why didn't this person win it? Why didn't that person get gifted that? Why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? I don't deserve it. But guess what? Through focusing deep down inside every single day on what you deserve, on who you are, and what you've been created to be, and if you know who lives within you and what lives within you, you'll know that you're absolutely perfect, and you have the God power within to choose anything you want, to have any reality you want, to create anything and bring anything into your world that you want, and it's completely up to you. But you've got to look within. You've got to understand what about yourself that you don't like, what's not perfect, and actually feel it in your body. For me, it's right in the center of my stomach, and it feels like a big blob of imperfection. And it's still, there's layers to this stuff. You'll never, I don't want to say never, but you'll work on it, and then you 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 work on it, and you keep on working on it until you finally get it. And guess what? If you don't love yourself, it will be impossible for you to receive love from others. When others love you, it'll make you uncomfortable if you don't love yourself. When others give things to you and to go out of their way for you and give you things and give you, a hug or a kiss or whatever, it will make you uncomfortable. It will make you uncomfortable because you don't love yourself. But if you get familiar with what you don't like about yourself, what other people have said, and eradicate those programs by presence and awareness, and maybe even, talking with somebody about it, doing whatever you need to do, you'll understand that you will be able to bring anything into your life that you want because you know that it's yours and you deserve it, and you won't sabotage it out when the good that you've asked for is yours and it's presented to you. Because people who aren't able to value and respect themselves, they have huge opportunities. Their business explodes in a good way. The person of their dreams shows up, and they subconsciously, not at an upfront level, when they actually would choose it, they kick it right out. And they go, oh my gosh, how did that happen? I always end up in this situation. And guess what? You weren't the one in control. Your subconscious programs were. Your subconscious programs said, I know your conscious mind wants that, but that's only about 5% of what's actually in control. 95% of you says back when you were 7 years old, you got made fun of and somebody said you weren't good enough and you got kicked out of the group. And guess what? You actually don't want that. You want to stay stuck and in your pain. And the payoff of that is staying exactly where you are. The payoff of that is being able to be comfortable and not take a risk of being rejected again. But as I spoke about a couple weeks ago, rejection is the most natural thing in the world, and it is absolutely the most impersonal thing in the world, because people rejecting you is not them rejecting you, it's rejecting themselves. Because guess what? When what they want as you shows up in their reality, when you give them an opportunity, when you give them love, when you give them an embrace, if you give them your presence and they kick it out, guess what? They didn't work on themselves to accept the wonderful gift of you in their reality. So that's my message for the day, guys. Any comments, any messages, any shares, appreciations, obviously are appreciated. I do these to reach as many people as possible, and they are absolutely meant to change the world. And they're meant to teach you to do these things yourself so you can then go on out and share them with the world and make the world such a better place, because this world is perfect and a lot of people are freaking out about stuff. Well, guess what? It's all good. Change your perception and love your neighbor. If everybody loves their neighbor, we have no problems. We have no wars. We have no economy struggles, blah, blah, blah. Love your neighbor. The Bible says it all. All the scriptural texts of every religion says it all. They all say the same thing. We're just in different eyes perceiving it. But I'm not going to kind of talk about all of that, because that's a whole nother subject. If they reject you, it is not your business. Love anyway. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Love you guys. You guys are the reason I do this. I keep going. So what I'll tell you guys is, good is the enemy of great. That's another thing that I learned. That's another thing I learned at this leadership seminar I went to. Just for me. It's not anything but for me. But I learned, I'm at a point where I'm very blessed, and that comes with a certain level of peace. That comes with a great level of peace. Of no worries at all. I've created that reality. And I've shifted my focus from income to impact. Because if you reach that position where you've been able to make money your slave, instead of you being its slave, money is your slave, you don't have to work for it anymore. And sometimes it's a challenge to want to work hard if money is your slave. But guess what? Shift the focus to impact, not income, if that's the position you're in. If you're not there yet, shift the focus from impact to income, because guess what? More income comes with more impact, right? And if you're in that position, good is the enemy of great. If you may realize, I'm in a great position. I'm in a good position. I'm in a good position. But are you in a great position? And your good will never be as good as your great. Your great will never be as good as your greater. You can always keep climbing and always keep moving up and getting better. But you've got to be the one that makes that decision. You can have an unlimited amount of things in your life, but you've got to be able to contain it and receive it. Because if you are not in a position to receive it, or if you're in a position to receive it, but you're not in a position to accept it and own it, you will kick it right out of your life. So how can you love yourself well? How much do you love yourself? How much do you value yourself? When people talk bad about you, do you agree? Do you sink down? Or do you stand up like a lion and say, no, that's fine, that's your opinion, but it's not my reality. I am in control of my life. If somebody rejects you, great. Love them, But if you are the one that is in control of your thoughts, your beliefs, your reality. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the loves. Love you guys. If you're the one that's in control of your reality and you love yourself fully, you will always turn away in a good way, in a loving way, what doesn't serve what's greatest for you. You will let go of the people that are not good for you, and you will graciously, generously, gladly, lovingly receive everything that is good for you because you have asked for it and you have understood that you are God's child. Everything that you ask for has already been given to you. It's yours. And if you really focus on understanding how to value yourself, how to appreciate yourself, how to love yourself, and how to put yourself first, then you are going to create, manifest, receive, attract everything you want in life, because many people are living somewhere down here. They're living somewhere down here around fear or anger or pride. When you get up here to love and gratitude and joy, all the other stuff that used to intimidate you, bother you, set you off, doesn't even enter in anymore. And if it does, you don't even notice it. All you can receive and attract is the things that you ask for and you love. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. When you start to do this, you'll ask for something, and 2, 3, 4, 5 days later, it'll show up. 23 years of wisdom. Love is powerful, and we have love to love ourselves to receive the blessing of it. Exactly. We can't receive anything we're not. We can't receive anything that's not ours. And if you don't love yourself, the love's gifts, God's gifts, the gifts of love are not going to show up in your reality. They'll show up in your life, but you won't see them. You'll fail to see them. You'll fail to receive them, and you'll kick them right out of your world, guys. So I've talked long enough. I hope that every single person on here absolutely, how you guys doing? Got tons of value and got tons of just incredibleness out of this. This morning I woke up just absolutely feeling just the word love, just feeling incredible, feeling wonderful, feeling appreciative and grateful for everything that I have. And my greatest desire is to see all of you create the life of your dreams. I have a vision to travel all over the world with my family that I'll have one day and go to all the places that I want to go. And I want to go every place with 100 of my best friends. So my question is, will you go with me? Will you be on that trip with me? Will you take your family with me? And will you come along for the trip of a lifetime to see everything in this world that God has to offer? I could talk for an hour more, honestly, because this is just hitting home so hard right now. And so many people need to understand this, that love yourself first. Put yourself first. Be the one that values you, and everybody else is going to do the exact same. I love you, and I know that you have what it takes to create any reality that you want for yourself, and you've got to be in a position to receive it. So, closing comments, if you don't love yourself, faith it till you make it. Tell yourself, I love myself and accept myself for exactly who I am with all my flaws and imperfections, because I am a child of God. I just made that up. You know what I'm saying? You can come up with anything you want. I just made up that saying, not that you're a child of God. But, you can sit there and take time to read, to meditate every day, to eat good food, get a massage once a month, get a massage once a quarter, take a vacation here and there, ask for a raise, give somebody a hug, open your heart, do what you need to do to receive love, and understand that you deserve it, you're worthy, you're loved, and everything that you ask for is waiting to gift itself to you in the exact moment that you can receive it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Please, I'm telling you, focus on this, do this, and all the goals that you ask for yourself in the year 2017 and even right now are going to show up in the most beautiful and perfect way even greater than you could have ever possibly imagined, and it's going to be because you are ready to receive them, and you are ready to receive the gift of life and of love and of creation and of you creating your own reality. If you know somebody who needs to hear this, share this message, because we all need to live in a more loving world. We'll eradicate all of the problems that so many people want to eradicate, because when everyone is existing in the vibration of love and appreciation and value and understanding and acceptance, we won't have any problems. We won't have any conflicts. We won't have any wars. We don't have any challenges, because everybody is living their greatest purpose and their self, and everybody is being the most impactful person they could possibly be, guys. So it's a beautiful day here. I'm enjoying it. Enjoy your day. Love yourself. God bless.